Hey guys, it's Ultima here from S3R Gamers, and this is the remastered version of my top 10 songs in video games. I did this song when this channel was still brand new a couple years ago, and this was back when I had a low-end laptop, a $40 gaming headset, and pretty much nothing else in the way of video making. Oh, and I had a $20 webcam. So that was slightly better than the webcam on my really bad laptop. But, despite that, sometimes your best work can come when you don't have the greatest of assets or resources. And I honestly do feel this was probably one of my best videos. Looking back on it, I can see how much I've grown as an editor and as a just a content maker, because as good as some of it is, I definitely see some flaws in my editing and just some other stuff. But the point is, the heart of the video is still really good to me. I really like this video. I did pretty well. But the thing is, I love songs. I love songs in games. I love music. Most people do. And video games have some of the best music there is. So before I continue to ramble on about this channel and nostalgia and whatnot, and I just wanted to re-intro. So guys, if you're here, if you haven't seen it before, you're in for a treat. This is Ultima's top 10 songs in video games. With the kicker, no boss themes or no main themes. So, here we go. Coming in at number 10 on our list is a song from one of my personal all-time favorite games, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! And this game came out in 1987 on the NES. And it's a nice little boxing game where you climb your way through the ranks, ultimately trying to fight Mike Tyson. And this game has a couple nice little tunes in it, but one that always stood out to me was the knockdown music, because it made me enjoy myself even though I was losing. I mean, just listen to it. And it also strikes the right amount of desperation, where you're just like, even though it sounds good, I feel desperate, so I gotta push the buttons to get myself back up. And it doesn't matter that Great Tiger uses magic to cheat and beat you. It's fine, because you have the song. Take that, you stupid cheater. Yeah. Zombies is one of my favorite modes on Call of Duty, and my favorite all-time Zombies map is Call of the Dead. That was a DLC on Black Ops 1, and I thought it was just a really cool map. It was fun to have George Romero chase you. Unlike most zombie maps, you touch 3 meteorites or teddy bears or something, and you say something clever. I feel like dancing. Like that, and then the song plays, and the song really gets you in the mood, and I felt like this map just had the best song. It was done by Avenged Sevenfold. The song's called I'm Not Ready to Die. And it's just a really good kind of hard rock song. I don't know what you classify Avenged Sevenfold as. I'm actually not a huge Avenged Sevenfold fan. I don't dislike them. I just don't listen to them really. But I really like this song. And so it comes in at number 9 on my list, because quite frankly, it's just fun to listen to, and it's fun to mow down zombies too. Fortunately, it doesn't work on Draz over there. As you see, he goes down quite a bit. But it helps me get in the mood and just enjoy the song. Oh God! If you played video games in the 90s, chances are you played Super Mario World, and if you did, you know what a great game this is, and how it has a lot of nice little tunes in it. One of my favorite comes from the 3rd level in the game, and it's titled The Athletic Theme, and it's a tune very similar to one that plays in the 1st level, except that it's a little bit more sped up, and has kind of this banjo tune going on to it. And it's just really pleasant to hear, and it really helps add to the atmosphere of the game. And it seems to play most often in levels where that the platforms are kind of maneuverable, or they can rise and fall, as opposed to all the other levels where the platforms tend to be stagnant. Why don't we just keep on coasting to this lovely banjo tune? Alright, so number 7 on the list was Chrono Cross, which actually I still don't think I own to this day, which I
a little unfortunate. But it's on the PSN, so I'm sure I'll own it soon enough. But I didn't have any actual footage of the game, and I didn't have any way to get any, especially at that point in the game that the song comes from. So I put the intro and the music over the game's intro cinematic trailer type thing. So here we go. Number 7 is Dream of the Shore, Near Another World.
Chrono Cross, the much-anticipated sequel to the legendary Chrono Trigger. Unfortunately, it didn't quite live up to its predecessor, but it was still a really solid game with a great soundtrack. Now, Dream of the Shore Near Another World is one of the world map themes that plays while you're going from town to town or area to area. And it's kind of just one of those songs that has great ambiance and really adds to the world. And it's kind of one of those things where you almost don't want to go into a town or an area because you want to keep listening to the song. Donkey Kong Country. Probably one of my favorite games of all time. And the thing that always stands out in this game is the music. The music is just absolutely wonderful. And so I think for me, it was really hard to pick out one. I was torn between two, but I ultimately went with Life in the Mines because I felt that it had a different feel to all the other songs in the game. This song is a lot softer, and it kind of has a nice soothing feel to it. If you just listen to it, it kind of relaxes you and puts you in the mood to like, okay, I can jump over these vultures. And as you can see, these mine levels get a little bit complicated, and it really helps to have such a nice, soft, soothing song playing while you're trying to figure out what to do and where to go. Coming in at number 5 is from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. So once you get the 3 spiritual stones, you gotta head on over to the Hyrule Castle town, and then it's like, oh, okay, it's dark and rainy, what's going on? And then Impa almost runs you over with a horse, because I guess women don't know how to drive, even in Hyrule. And then Zelda's like, here, catch! And then she throws the Ocarina of Time in the water, because I guess women can't throw even in Hyrule. And as you sit here and ponder these female stereotypes, you turn around and Ganondorf's standing right there, and you're like, oh god, I only grabbed the 3 heart containers, I only have 6 hearts. How am I gonna stop Ganondorf? And then Ganondorf says, because you have so few hearts, I'm gonna let you go. Anyway, you find the Ocarina of Time, and then Zelda uses witchcraft or some sort of magic to project yourself into your brain and teach you the song that opens the door of time. Then you head on to the Temple of Time and you hear this song. Now, the song that plays in the Temple of Time is basically just a religious chant version of the Song of Time. The reason I chose the Song of Time is because, one, the atmosphere in the Temple of Time is just so phenomenal. It just really feels like a sacred, holy place. And then I just ultimately felt like this game just would not be the same without the Song of Time, whether it's played in the temple or whether it's played on the ocarina.
Oh god, why did you do that? God, no. No. Oh, this Phoenix don't work. No. Why? Why would you do this? Why are you so evil? Oh god. I don't want to fight Genova now. Oh god. No one told me polygons could hurt this much. Oh god. I'm just kidding. Number 4 is an Eris's theme. Although it is a really good song. Gotta give it that.
Ah, Final Fantasy VII. You know, guys, you should probably be pretty proud of me considering not only did I keep this game out of the #1 spot, I also kept it out of the top 3. But that was ultimately because when looking at all the songs I picked, I just couldn't put Tifa's theme any higher than 4. Now, the reason I picked Tifa's theme over Aeris' theme, although I think Aeris' theme might have been more significant in terms of what it added to the game, I just like Tifa's theme as a song better. It's a lot more pleasant. Aeris' theme is fairly sad, and that's possibly due to the connotation it has playing during her death. But when I listen to Tifa's theme, I feel happy. I get a wave of nostalgia, and it brings me back to that night at the well 7 years ago with Cloud and Tifa. Oh, Mega Man, what haven't you delivered to us over the years? Great stages, great bosses, and of course great songs. And the song to me that always really stood out from the game Mega Man X on the SNES is Storm Eagle Okay, so the song that stood out to me is When I Get to... Anyway, so when I get to Storm Eagle Stage, I die. So, when I get to Storm Eagle Stage in Mega Man X, this epic song comes on, and it starts slow for maybe like 3 seconds, and then it boosts you into heroic mode, and it makes me feel like Bruce Willis in Die Hard, and I get to blow up glass everywhere, and the next thing you know, I'm jumping around, and what am I jumping on? Jet-powered platforms. And then guess what? I get to blow up flammable barrels just to get an extra life. This level is 90s testosterone in a bottle. And this song encapsulates it all. Now, the Pokemon video games have been praised for their soundtrack over the years, and rightfully so, but to me one song stands out above all the rest, and easily so, and that's the Route 24 and 25 themes from the Kanto region. These songs play when you walk outside of Cerulean City, but I don't believe that those are what they are known for. I believe they're known for the intros to the games Red and Blue and the intros to the games Fire Red and Leaf Green. You see, when you open up a new file on either of these sets of games, Professor Oak greets you and tells you that you're about to journey into a world inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon, and this song plays. And although this song has been remastered all the way up to Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I still think the best version is the 8-bit Game Boy one. Final Fantasy VI is a game that I had never played in my life until recently, and I decided to pick it up because I had heard a lot of great things about the game, and I had heard many people say this was the best Final Fantasy. And considering Final Fantasy VII is obviously a Final Fantasy game, I thought, whoa, I need to check this game out because clearly it leaves a great impression on people. And let me tell you, I was not disappointed at all. This game is phenomenal. It is a great game. And although ultimately I don't think it's better than Final Fantasy VII, and it does have a couple issues, that's something I plan on detailing in a future video. The point I want to make in this video, however, is that the soundtrack is absolutely masterful. And even though 1/3 of the game probably uses one song, that one song is absolutely beautiful, and it is a masterpiece. And that song is Terra's theme. This song is the song that plays on the world map through the first half of the game, as well as it plays through numerous plot points in the game where the characters are talking amongst each other. And even though they use this song a lot, they play it in various forms, and it doesn't necessarily sound the same every time you hear it, but ultimately it's the same song, and ultimately I don't care if they use this song for every point in the game, because that's how good it is. This song is absolutely beautiful, and it is the best song I have ever heard in a video game.
So there you guys have it, my top 10 songs in games as of 2 years ago, and honestly, I really don't think it's changed much since then. The ordering, maybe, but probably not. It's still pretty much my list today. So that's good. It makes me feel like I picked really important songs to me. Yeah. So I mean, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I kind of had a kick redoing this one. Obviously, some of the audio and some of the footage might be a little grainier or whatever, but overall, I just sort of wanted to re-up this video, just because, I didn't want anyone to dismiss it just based on aesthetics, which, it's something that can very much happen on YouTube. There's a lot of people out there who do these videos, and so when I had such terrible lighting and terrible picture quality, it would probably cause some people to dismiss us. But now, I really don't think there's an excuse for anyone to skip over it, other than they just don't want to see me, in my opinion. But that's besides the point. I had fun. That is my top 10 songs in games. I don't know what my next top 10s are. If you have an idea of a top 10, or if you you think, hey, you know what do you think your top 10 is on this? Let me know. I'd be very curious to see some of your guys' ideas for top 10s, and I'd be more than happy to give them a try if they're in an area that I feel I can actually contribute a well-thought-out opinion to, because obviously I'm not going to be an expert or someone who has a strong opinion on everything. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time for more of Ultima's top 10s.